Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about money and how much money to take on your Disneyland Paris holiday. Now I'm going to talk about Disneyland Paris specifically just because that's more my area of expertise. I don't like saying expertise because like I'm a Disney expert, because I'm not. I'm just giving you my advice. But I know more about Disneyland Paris expenditure than I do Disney World because I've only been there like once as an adult. So in Disneyland Paris, there are so many different situations that you could be in, and I don't feel like I can even touch upon all of them. There are some people that go as a couple and one part of the couple will pay for everything. There are people be going as a family and your parents will pay for everything, or you might be the parents paying for all of your kids, or you might be like me who goes with their friends and just has to pay for themselves. So many different situations to be in, but basically when it comes to budgeting and how much money you should take to Disneyland Paris on your trip, it really comes down to how much you want to spend. How much do you want to spend on food? How much do you want to spend on your souvenirs and merchandise and stuff like that? That's the main things you need to pay for when you're at Disney. Otherwise there are little extras like photo pass and buying photos and stuff on rides and things like that. Otherwise, most of the time it's food and merchandise that you need to pay for. Everything else is pretty much included in the price when you've paid. Basically, I'll tell you what I've done on my trips. Now with Amy in the past, our rough kind of guide when we first started going to Disneyland Paris was we're going to take €100 for each day of our stay there. So if we were going for 5 days, I'd take about €500. Now that does sound like a lot, and you're obviously not going to spend €500 on food when you're there, especially if you're just paying for yourself as one individual person. But we knew that when we went, we wanted to eat at table service restaurants and that we didn't want to spend loads of money in fast food places. So we knew that we wanted to spend probably about €40 a night on food, and then the rest would be like merchandise money or like extra money that we'd have for a taxi home, or that safety net of money just in case something went wrong. But obviously with Brexit and everything going on, the pound is very weak now. Back when I went in 2015, the pound was a lot stronger against the euro, so you get more for your money, whereas now it's basically a pound for a euro. So you're when I used to spend like £350 and get €500, now you basically need to spend like £480 to get €500. So it's very like similar money to here, and so things are expensive in Disneyland Paris now, very expensive, and you've got to think of it as a pound over there now. So you know, something says €4, it's £4. Something says €10, it's basically £10. There's not much of an exchange rate anymore, so you have to bear that in mind as well now, obviously. And of course I'm talking about people going from the UK to Paris. Say I want to talk to you as if I was a parent. I can't imagine having kids, but say if I had like 2 or 3 kids and my husband with me, things are going to get expensive, especially if you eat the way that Amy and I do when we go on holiday. We eat in the nice restaurants. We always eat in restaurants when we go away, just because that's part of our holiday. That's what we go there for. If you are happy eating at Earl of Sandwich, McDonald's, you know, some of the fast food places in the park, taking your own snacks in, that's fine, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do on your holiday. People want to do so many different things on their holiday. Some people like spending money on food, some people don't. Some people like spending more time in the park, some people like having that couple of hours sit down kind of experience. There's absolutely completely up to the individual and what they like to do. However, if I was a family and I knew I was going to Disney, because of the way I like to eat, I'd probably save to have at least one table service restaurant meal a day. It doesn't have to be a super posh one, it could be like Annette's or Planet Hollywood or something, which are more affordable. However, I would probably take snacks in for them for the day, because I'd probably drive there if I had kids, because, you know, it'd just be cheaper. But I'd probably take snacks. So what I do is, like, you know, have breakfast in the morning, take some snacks for the day, maybe buy them a sandwich or something, or like a pasta pot or whatever during the day, and then have like the table service meal at night, to just save a bit of money. So there are different ways you can do it. You can save money by taking a bit of your own food, because you are allowed to do that. or, you know, saving ahead of time, knowing that you have to spend a bit more money. There is a website called DLP Guide. I'll leave a link to it below in the description bar. I'm definitely not sponsored by them. I just use their website all the time for information about menus and stuff, because I'm vegetarian, obviously I like to keep up to date. But they have got prices on the menus there for each restaurant at Disneyland Paris. So if you want to know ahead of time what things are going to cost, that's a great website to go to find out the menus and then the prices for each of the food. But like I said, if you go to Rainforest Cafe, say for example, usually the pasta I have there is about €19. That is £19. It's quite a lot of money for a pasta dish when you think about it. But everything there, when you're in a Disney bubble, is so much more expensive than normal life, and you have to kind of remember that and take that into consideration when you go to Disneyland Paris. It's not a cheap holiday. You can do it to a budget, you absolutely can. You absolutely can, and you can go and have snacks, and you could eat at McDonald's every night, or you could go and have a burger and whatever you want, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, and you can save so much more money doing it. But if you do want to go and eat at those table service restaurants, it's definitely a good thing to go and check out the website to see how much things are going to cost you ahead of time, so that you can prepare for that. Especially if you've got a family and you've got like 5 people to feed, it does, you know, suddenly go up in price. But yeah, like I said, I basically took €100 for me personally each day, and that perfectly lasted me. If I was going for 2 nights, I'd probably take about 100 and something euros just for spending money on food, so if that gives you an idea. In November, I don't know how much I'm going to take because it's the 25th anniversary and I want to just basically take as much as I possibly can. But that's because I'm huge on merchandise and I'm a big Disney collector of things, so I want to be able to like buy something if I want it. Kids usually just want like a toy or something when they're there, and they're not like, oh, I really want this crystal shoe that's going to cost me like €200, mummy. They're like, oh, I want Elsa or something, you know. But it totally depends on the situation you are in. I hope this has kind of given you an indication as to how much money you should take to Disneyland Paris. There's no rule on how much money you should take. Some people stay off site, don't eat at all at Disney, and save so much money. You could go on the meal plan. If that's included, that's great. You won't need to spend hardly any money at all. That's another thing that you should think about. If you are on the Disney dining plan, then that's great, and you won't have to pay for much of your food, maybe just lunch. So that's another thing to consider if you are a big family. Actually, I would consider going when they've got the meal plans included in their price if you're wanting to stay on site, because you will save money doing that, because then you'll only have to pay for like lunch if you're doing half board or something, which would save you a lot of money if you've got kids and so on to pay for. But anyway, I can't give advice for families and like people that weren't in my situation, but I hope that I've been able to help some of the people who are like me and just travelling with their friends there or their partners at like my kind of age. And yeah, that's kind of what I took. It really just depends on what you want to eat and what you want to buy. So as long as you take that into consideration, you'll be fine. And yeah, that's basically what I took. I saved as much money as I could each time, so I could take as much as possible. But everyone does Disney in a different way, and you just kind of need to think, am I the kind of person to spend €50 on a toy, or am I not? Am I the kind of person that will spend €60 on a meal, or am I the kind of person that wants to spend €12 on a meal? Just totally depends on how you want to do your holiday. But anyway, I hope this video has kind of given you some good advice, hopefully, and yeah, let me know your situations when you go to Disneyland Paris. What do you do? Do you eat table service? Do you eat quick service? Do you take snacks with you? How do you save money when you go to Disneyland Paris? Let me know in the comments, because there might be something that I've completely forgotten, and then everyone can go there to have a look at everyone's advice, which would be great. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, guys, because it lets me know that you enjoy these kind of videos, and I'll see you very soon for my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!